each week we're not just facing the opponent that we're going to line up and play football. Our other opponent is COVID.
The Golden Cranes out of Crane didn't start their 2020 season this past week either. The team was forced to delay the start of practice and thus the start of their season 1 week. So Crane scrimmaged Pecos this past Friday and will play Colorado City next week to kick off their season. I caught up with head coach Jeff Cordell as the team prepares for the year.
You've expressed gratitude this entire preseason that we're even having a football season. So I guess, how was it, even though it was just a scrimmage last night, how was it just to be on the field?
Actually, Aaron, I told the kids when we came off the field for pregame, I kind of teared up a little bit, and that's probably sad. I should be saying that in an interview that a grown man is a little emotional. But I told the kids when we came in, when we went down and all the things that we went through during summer, we got to see 1 week of our kids in summer strength and conditioning and sports specific, and then we had a delay to the start of our season. It was supposed to start on August the 3rd and didn't get started till August 11th. So it was a setback after setback after setback. And to actually go out there and as our kids walked off the field, the fans that we had in the stands gave them a standing ovation. And so I was giving them high fives on the way in, and it got pretty emotional because me and the kids and the rest of the staff, we didn't think we was going to get to this point. And, neighbors Kermit and McCamey, had to cancel their game last night because of this virus, and so we're grateful for the opportunity, and sometimes we take things for granted, but it's giving, especially this program here in Crane, Texas, a whole different perspective on life and what's meaningful, and really holding on to that and being grateful instead of complaining about having to wear a mask or having to sit on, being 6 foot apart every time you move around, or, everything's different. And it was somewhat a little bit of normal, but getting back to some normalcy last night was huge. Not just for the staff, but these kids. These kids need some normalcy in their life. And so it was great that we got to experience that last night.
Week 1 coming up. Taking on Colorado City, like you mentioned. What are they looking like? What are you expecting?
Well, I've known Coach Gainey over there, who's the head coach at Colorado City, year in and year out. He's been very successful. He's a great ball coach. He's big in our association, the Texas High School Coaches Association, and you don't become his status without being a great coach and doing things right. I know they don't have the talent they probably have had in the past years. I talked to him this morning and last night as we was talking about film trade and getting a typical game week thing set up. And, they're hurting. Their numbers are down a little bit. They don't have the athletes that they've had in the past. But one thing about them, they're going to be well coached. They're going through some growing pains right now. Actually, COVID has kind of hit them a little bit with some remote. They have some remote learners that are not able to participate due to their school district decisions. So they've lost some people here and there. But, they lined up last night, and we just got done finishing up our Albany, Colorado City game. And, they do some good things very well. And you can tell, just like we do, there's some strengths and there's some weaknesses. I think a lot of their stuff right now is they're going through some growing pains in regards to experience. But I know, again, they're going to be well coached, and they're going to be disciplined on both sides of the ball. So, this can be another good test for the Golden Cranes when we enter their stadium next Friday night.
So you got a taste of the season last night with the scrimmage. Are you just so excited to have, your actual first game?
Yes, and I really, there's not enough words, to express how grateful and excited that we are to get to do that. It's starting off with a road trip, but again, our kids have been resilient. They've done everything we've asked them to do. We got them spread out all over the place in our field house because of social distancing protocols. We actually got dots on our side. We painted little circles on our sideline for social distancing parameters. I don't know if anybody else has done that. So it's really been kind of elementary type things for our program. But, from the staff to the kids, we're willing to do whatever it takes for us to get to play the game. And we told our kids, our offensive coordinator, Gail Trompler, made a good statement back a couple of weeks ago that each week we're not just facing the opponent that we're going to line up and play football. Our other opponent is COVID. So we got to battle every day against two different people as we progress and try to play a game on Friday night. And you never know what could happen. We could have an outbreak here in Crane, Texas, and there could be an outbreak in Colorado City, just like in Kermit and McCamey, and you not get to play that game. So going into last night, I told them, guys, you got to approach this scrimmage or game, however you want to look at it, like it could be your last game. And that's kind of what we did last night. But going back to your question, extremely, extremely excited. Can't wait to get to really officially kick the season off. And it makes it even more special because all the obstacles that we've had to overcome, across the board to get to this point. And, we hope we can continue the same path that we're on right now.
Yeah. Well, Coach, I'm super excited for you. Can't wait to see what y'all do next week. Is there anything else that you feel is important to add or anything you want to say in regards to the upcoming season?
Well, no, I think, one of the things that we tell our kids, and I got this from a friend of mine, his name is Randy Glenn, and we start every practice with the statement, go big. And a lot of people think go big means go score a big touchdown or go kick the winning field goal or do something big in a game. And really what big stands for is begin in gratitude. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to be grateful for what the good Lord has given us the opportunity to do, our health, our minds, the talent that each of us have, our knowledge, and we're grateful for those little things, and we're not going to complain about masks and being 6 foot apart and having to put hand sanitizer in your hands every time you turn around or spraying this down. We can look at all that, and that can be, quote unquote, a negative. We choose not to do that here in Crane, Texas. We're going to follow mandates. We're going to follow them to a T, and we're going to be extremely, extremely grateful that we have those mandates. We're not a 5A and 6A school right now that don't even have the opportunity to play, or even a small community that has taken away the game of football. I think it's imperative that we have the game of football. And so we are, again, very grateful, and we're going to go big every single day.